evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ron Mason. I am from the Medicine Hat Folk Music Club, and welcome to Singer-Songwriter Night down here at Inspire Cafe. We are going to have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We have a handful of local performers who are going to share their talents with you before our amazing, amazing feature performer, Andrew Scott from Edmonton. Andrew's been down to Medicine Hat many times before, and he's a friend of all of us, and we just love his music. We love his energy, and we can't wait to see Andrew's show tonight. However, we're going to start off with my good friend here, Greg Herman. He is the other host of Singer-Songwriter Night, and he has just put out a wonderful, wonderful album called From This Side, and he's got just amazing songs. He's just been on this songwriting tear, and he's just going to lay a few of those on you tonight. So I'm just going to pass it over to my friend, Greg Herman.
When I wake until the morning comes, there's no question that you are the one. Even though it's great to be together, leave me alone. Some days you'll argue that the sky's not blue. It must be something that you need to do. Absence will make our hearts grow fonder. Leave me alone. And when you get home, we'll compare our notes. You don't have to tell me everywhere you go. Later on, I know I like you better. Leave me alone. Things I'll never see, and I'm still learning what you want from me. And right now I'd like nothing better. Leave me alone. It's so good to know I'm yours and you are mine, but you drive me crazy hanging around here all the time. Even though it's great to be together, leave me alone. I want you to stay with me forever, but leave me alone. I'm not sure what I'll do if you ever leave me alone. Thank you. Working, fretting, saving, sweating, toil. What's worth the most is never bought or sold. So much I'd like to trade for yesterday. There comes a time we'll give it all away. The point when time and money will collide. The point when time and money will collide. They collide. So much to lose and everything to gain. Rush to get that prize before it gets away. The things I need and things I think I want. I'm asking, please just tell me if I do or don't. The point when time and money will collide. The point when time and money will collide. They collide. Something bigger than the fortune anyone has found. Too big to fail to make this world go round. Who really owns a piece of earth they're standing on? We're all forced to part with dreams and heart and skin and bone. Time and money will collide. The point when time and money will collide. They collide. They collide. Thank you. Thanks very much.
All right. So here at the Medicine Hat Folk Music Club, we wouldn't be able to put on our singer-songwriter night if it wasn't for some sponsors who really, really help us out. And I just want to kind of give you an idea of who's really helping to make this all happen. The United Conservatory of Music, or Evangelist Music, Medicine Hat District Labour Council, Angela Collodi with Royal LePage, the Live Music Club, Alberta Arts Touring Alliance, Alberta Foundation for the Arts, and indeed the mighty CKUA. So all of those are wonderful sponsors.
So I'm sorry to disappoint you folks a little bit this evening. The songs I'll be playing are not from my album that I released, but they're new ones that y'all haven't heard. So this is my friend Jamie Diebert. She was wonderful, and yeah, she did some piano arrangements for some poems that I set to music, Lewis Carroll poems that I set to music. So yeah, the first one is called A Boat Beneath a Sunny Sky, and my name is Rochelle Ireland. A boat beneath a sunny sky, lingering onward dreamily in an evening of July. Dream with me. Children, 3 of them nestle near, eager eye and willing ear, pleased a simple tale to hear. Dream with me. Long has been that sunny summer sky, echoes fade and memories breathe and die. Long has paled that sunny summer sky, autumn frosts have slain July.
Still she haunts me phantom-wise, Alice, moving under skies never seen by waking eyes. Dream with me. Children yet that sail to hear, eager eye and willing ear, lovingly shall they nestle near. Dream with me. In a wonderland meadow they lie dreaming as the days go by. In a wonderland meadow they lie dreaming as the summers die. Dreaming as the summers die. Drifting, dreaming lazily. Drifting, dreaming, life's a dream. Dream with me, drifting, dreaming. Down the stream we linger, wander, endless summer. Drifting, dreaming, down the stream we linger, wander, endless summer. Ever drifting down the stream, lingering in a golden gleam. Life, what is it but a dream? Dream with me. Dream with me.
Thank you. So the next one we're going to do is also Lewis Carroll. It's quite a bit sillier. I don't know if any of you are familiar with his writings, but he wrote Alice in Wonderland, which is crazy. So there's a lot of crazy in this song. I wrote it for my kids. It's the lyrics were written by Lewis Carroll, but I set it to music for my kids. Something fun that I could sing for them. And it's called A Strange Wild Song.
And I found it was a letter from his wife. At length I realized he said the bitterness of life. He thought he saw a buffalo upon the chimney piece. He looked again and found it was his sister's husband's niece. Unless you leave this house, he said, I'll send for the police. A strange wild song, why don't you sing along? A strange wild song, why don't you sing along? He thought he saw a rattlesnake that questioned him in Greek. He looked again and found it was the middle of next week. The one thing I regret, he said, is that it cannot speak. He thought he saw a banker's clerk descending from the bus. He looked again and found it was a hippopotamus. If this should stay to dine, he said, there won't be much for us. A strange wild song, why don't you sing along? A strange wild song, why don't you sing along? He thought he saw a kangaroo that worked a coffee mill. He looked again and found it was a vegetable pill. Were I to swallow this, he said, I shouldn't be very ill. He thought he saw a coach affection for that stood beside his bed. He looked again and found it was a bear without a head. Poor thing, he said, poor silly thing is waiting to be fed. A strange wild song, why don't you sing along? A strange wild song, why don't you sing along? He thought he saw an albatross that fluttered round the lamp. He looked again and found it was a penny postage stamp. You'd best be getting home, he said, the nights are very damp. He thought he saw a garden door that opened with a key. He looked again and found it was a double rule of three. And all its mystery, he said, is clear as day to me. A strange wild song, why don't you sing along? A strange wild song, why don't you sing along? He thought he saw an argument that proved he was the Pope. He looked again and found it was a bar of model soap. A fact so dread, he faintly said, extinguishes all hope. A strange wild song, why don't you sing along? A strange wild song, why don't you sing along? A strange wild song. I'm bathing in moonlight as you sleep, immortal yet always out of reach. An amaranth flower that's never fading, the wound in my heart that's never healing. You came to the end of the earth for me, but then in the end you set me free. Oh, have I been permanently burned? The fire of a love that's not returned. You lure me in just to let me go. I pull the tides, yet I'm caught in your undertow. And dear me, oh, is it ever enough? You have all my love. Your sepulcher under starry skies, alabaster brow and unseeing eyes, drifting in oblivion so tranquil, oblivious to my silent vigil. The moon in your sky, I watch you dream. My love from afar, though you don't see me. I hold my heart open, it just keeps bleeding. The wound in my heart that's never You lure me in just to let me go. I pull the tides, yet I'm calling your undertow and dim me up. Oh, isn't ever enough. You have all my love. I tried. I tried to let you go. Light after night, it's burning me slow. My stubborn heart has a mind of its own. I try, but I just can't leave you alone. I try to let you go. Night after night, it's burning me slow. My stubborn heart has a mind of its own. I try, but I just can't leave you alone. And dim me up. Oh, is it ever enough? You have all my love and dim me up. Oh, is it ever enough? You have all my love and dim me up. No, is it ever enough? You have all my love and dim me up. Oh, is it ever enough? You have all my love.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for having me. Thanks for the kind introduction, Ron. Some of that is true. Some of that is, yeah. I don't know about the whole thing. January, I saw a Corvette to me, sweet little honey. We skipped honeymoon in February comes. I'm out on another job. March comes down, she said, Anita, come and see me. Something about a period, we need to talk immediately. April rolls and goes before I got the nerve to see Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette that I won't let myself think of anymore. Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette that I won't let myself think of anymore. Myself think of anymore. Maybe this baby's coming right on at me. June settles in, frightening realities. The heat comes up, but it is, baby, starting to show. By July, we try to put our lives together every Saturday, drinking our little head to stumble on home to an all too knowing girl. Her name is Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette that I won't let myself think of anymore. Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette that I won't let myself think of anymore. Myself think of anymore. Who's the little thing that makes my heart sing? And who's the little thing that makes my heart sing? Well, August appears, the wind starts howling. Well, I'm so nervous, my hair starts falling out. September comes, I got a mouth to feed. Well, October, the baby needs an operation. November, well, I can see the situation. December, a little whiskey, and I'll leave. I leave Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette that I won't let myself think of anymore. Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette in the Corvette. Bernadette, the brunette that I won't let myself think of anymore. Myself think of anymore. Who's the little thing that makes my heart sing? And who's the little thing that makes my heart sing? And who's the little thing that makes my heart sing? And who's the little thing that makes my heart sing? Ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you very much. Well, I swear on my wooden leg, and I swear on my glass eye, that I'll tell you the truth till the sun comes up. At night time I tell you a lie. Maybe we could all just drift away on the droopy eyelids of yesterday. Pull our truths uncovered and get to figuring out why we're lovers. 'Cause you got a crooked heart, and you got a crooked heart. Well, I knew from the go, yeah, honey, I knew from the start. And you got a crooked heart, and you got a crooked heart. Well, I knew from the go, yeah, honey, I knew from the start. Well, it's a whole lot of heck of a lot of hassle creating that goes along with relationships sailing. That's why a grown man keeps it locked up. Never tells him, well, why don't you keep your damn trap shut? Well, I knew from the very beginning to be a sad, sad song that I'd soon be singing. Well, I knew from the go, but I just couldn't say a no, 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 no. 'Cause you got a crooked heart, and you got a crooked heart. Well, I knew from the go, yeah, honey, I knew from the start. And you got a crooked heart, and you got a crooked heart. Well, I knew from the go, yeah, honey, I knew from the start. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Yodelay, 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 yo, yodelay, yo. Well, I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went high. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. So usually, my wife and I, we play as a duo sometimes, and she's not here because she's at our home looking after our little one, and that gives me the opportunity to tell the funniest joke ever about being married. And I've told this joke a million times. I apologize if you heard it before. Oh, man. So when I got engaged, I didn't realize there was 3 rings involved, 3. There's, of course, the engagement ring, and then the wedding ring, and then the suffer ring. Hey, hey-oh! Anyways, this next verse here is not autobiographical. Well, I met a girl on the internet. It was a hot night, I'll never forget. We made a connection no one understands. I'm talking to her with just one hand. She might come and meet me this July. I pray to God she's not really a guy. Maybe things will work out this time, but they probably won't. Nope. 'Cause you gotta cook it hard, and you gotta cook it hard. Well, I knew from the go, yeah, I knew from the start. And you gotta cook it hard, and you gotta cook it hard. Well, I knew from the go, yeah, I knew from the start. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, and my wife and I, we had a baby, so that's great. That's neat. Yeah, having a baby's great. She was born on Christmas Day, the poor thing. Yeah, so people were like, oh, was she born in a manger? And we're like, yeah, no. So the hospital, there wasn't any no shepherds at the hospital, none of that kind of stuff. Just a regular baby, just hanging out. Yeah, people were like, did you name her Jesus? And we said, no, we didn't name her Jesus. We thought we'd just give her a normal name. We didn't want to. If you had a friend named Jesus, you'd be like, hey, Jesus, like, do you want to get some hot wings later on? You want to, hang out, play some ball hockey later on, Jesus? And I thought, I don't know, the funniness of that would wear off in a couple minutes, like when she'd be stuck with a lifetime of having to explain just parents, just like, oh, my parents, I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah. And she's funny. When she was a baby, she went through this stage where we'd be like, okay, it's almost nap time, and she would like pull out like a grape from her diaper and start eating this grape. And we're like, where did you get that grape from? We'd put her in her crib, and in the morning she'd like have a bunch of dominoes in the crib, and we're like, where did you get these dominoes from? Like, what? We put you to bed in a diaper. Like, there was nowhere to keep any dominoes. And why? Yeah. Anyways, but I thought we were finished with that phase. But the other night, her new thing is opening a package, leaving it, opening a drink, leaving it, coming back hours, if not days later to finish it. So I go into her room, and there's just rotten, rancid food everywhere. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to throw these out. I'm going to throw out this cucumber that's been there since, like, before Christmas time. And, yeah, disgusting. And then the other night, she's off to bed. I'm like, okay, snack free. She's all good. And out of the darkness, I hear this, and I'm like, what? Is there like a raccoon in there? Like, what's going on? Just, and I go in, she's got this carrot that's like brown, and it looked like she was chewing on like a rotten asparagus. Like, give me that. Where did you get this? We haven't had carrots in the house for days. So anyway, and now I'm keeping an eye on her to make sure she doesn't get sick, but yeah, that sound, I was like, oh, man, this is right out of a horror movie, just. So anyway, I have a raccoon child is what I'm basically trying to say, yeah. Well, I've got this nagging feeling that I'm still in love with you. Well, I've got this nagging feeling that I'm still in love with you. What should I do? What should I do about this nagging feeling that's got me blue? Well, I've got this burning sensation that I'm still hung up on you. Well, I've got this burning sensation that I'm still hung up on you. What should I do? What should I do about this burning sensation that's got me blue? You're damn right, it's true. Moving on is hard when you don't want to. Lou, 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 Lou. Well, I've got this nagging feeling. Well, I've got this burning sensation. Well, I've got this nagging feeling. Well, I've got this burning sensation that's got me blue. It's got me blue. Oh yes, it's true. I'm still in love with you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Having kids is really fun, and when we didn't find out what my wife was going to have, I almost said what we were going to have, but she's the one that, as far as I know, she's the one that had the baby. She's the one that did all the real work. My job was done, and I don't want to get into it, but anyways, so there's kids here, so we're just gonna keep it clean. But anyways, if you want to know about the science of having kids, we can talk a little later on. But so one of the things is I was like, all the boys in our family, that's all we ever have. We have little boys, and I'm like, okay, we had one girl, and I'm like, that was a weird experiment. God was like, bah, little girl. And then my cousin had a little girl, and I'm like, okay, all right, this isn't really, all right. And then I'm like, it's gonna be a boy, I know it. I've got all these little Star Wars toys, all this like, RoboCop paraphernalia that I'm ready to pass on. And then we didn't find out what we were going to have, and the doctor's like, it's a girl. And we're like, what? What? And I'm excited about it. It's really fun, but I was just convinced it was going to be, I was convinced we were going to have a little boy. And, but the cool thing is, I still get to do all this nerdy, dorky stuff with little girls. Like, there's no reason why, it's totally, she's into Star Wars, she likes R2-D2, she knows who Predator is, like the guy turned invisible. She already knows that the prequels, the Star Wars prequels, are garbage. Like, she knows she's got this stuff figured out, the basics. Yeah. But she's obsessed with this show called Paw Patrol, which is like, I know. It's about these little dogs. If you haven't seen Paw Patrol, I'll just give you the basics about it. These little dogs, each one has like a special skill. Like, there's the fire dog, there's the construction dog, there's like the recycling dog who rarely gets called out. Yeah, kind of a bummer. And a buddy of mine had kids, and he's like, man, what are we going to watch here? And I was like, Paw Patrol is great. And he's like, okay. And then he sends me a message like 2 hours later. He's like, I can't find it anywhere. Like, I'm looking on Netflix, I'm looking online. There's nothing anywhere about Papa Troll. So he thought it was Papa Troll. And I'm like, no, man, they're dogs. It's Paw Patrol. Like, it's not hard, man. And so he looked for Papa Troll, which I thought was hilarious. There's Mama Troll and like Uncle Troll, who's like this alcoholic that stops in from time to time. Just anyway, so Paw Patrol. If you want to check it out, it's a great show. So after I did my degree in Lethbridge, and I got my B.Ed, and then I went to Japan for a couple years. I was doing a lot of gigs there. It was really fun. And sometimes, like, everything was a surprise. You just never knew it was going to happen. And, sometimes you'd get, like, they'd be like, oh, you're the guest of honor. Here's, like, the eyeballs out of the tuna's head. You're like, hey, great, thanks. And then you'd freak everybody out because you're like, I'm going to eat this apple with the skin on. And they're like, oh, man, that's disgusting. So, yeah, pretty funny. One of the schools I went to, first of all, I was walking in, and all the kids were outside on unicycles playing an instrument called a melodica or a pianica, which is like a keyboard that you blow into. And they're like, oh, business as usual, just unicycles and pianicas riding around the parking lot. And I was like, okay. And they said, like, do you know how to ride a unicycle? And I was like, oh, please, no, like, don't even try this. Like, don't pop this on me. I'm usually up for whatever, but I'm not going to be up for riding a unicycle because I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm spastically uncoordinated at the best of times. So a unicycle is just not going to happen. I even volunteered for a dance competition one time. And my dancing is like a kid that's been given a sparkler just waving around. That's my move. Just wee-hoo! And that's all I had. But I go into this one school, and the kids were drawing pictures, and they were like I didn't really understand what the sign said, and so I asked my supervisor, and I was like, what does that sign say? Because I recognized some of the words, and they were like, in English, it would say something like, what does your poop look like today? And I was like, what does your who look like today? And they said, what does your poop? Is that the word in English? And I said, yeah, like we have that word, but I don't think it's what you think it means. And then I saw the finished product that these kids were drawing, and it was clearly exactly what I thought it meant. Yeah. So these kids were like, this is the kind of poop I had today. And it was a health class, and that's when you go to the doctor will be like, well, what kind of poop did you have today there, Johnny? And you're like, well, I had and there's a whole spectrum of ways to explain it. And I was like, again, this is really nasty. And then I had to go to the doctor when I was in Japan. I got infected, and like I was like, oh, okay, seriously? And my vocabulary was bad enough. And so I got my dictionary out, and the second question the doctor asked was, what kind of poop did you have? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, and I explained it using food adjectives and like crunchy, and I don't want to it was disgusting. But the thing is that the doctor was like, yeah, we have like colors and shapes. We don't use like, it shouldn't sound like you're ordering food at a restaurant. Yeah. And so I didn't know. It was a new thing for me. And one day I was in my apartment and I was practicing yodeling. And out of the blue, my neighbor comes over. He's this guy from Korea who speaks like perfect Japanese. He came over, doesn't speak a lick of English, bangs on the door, just pop, 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 pop. And he's really nervous and just scared. He hands me this letter, and it's got like the most random list of words. It was clearly written into Google Translate and then printed out. And I'm like, okay, sidewalk, like emergency, cyclical, thermometer. And I'm like, what is this guy trying to tell me? So I got my supervisor on the phone. And my supervisor talks to the guy, and the guy's like explaining everything, and then the supervisor passes it back to me, and he's like, so he heard what you were doing, and he thought you were having like some kind of epileptic fit, and he was wondering, should I call an ambulance? Like, what's going on over there? And I said, no, I was singing a song. And he's like, oh, I didn't know that's how you guys sing. So, yeah. So anyways, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the yodeling. Anyways, so here's a little yodeling, yeah. Well, you find yourself a place to fit right in, right there, all numerically in between all your friends and acquaintances and whatever on either side. Grab that girl, holler do-si-do, look her in the eye, say real slow, I'm an average man of subtle thought and mind. Well, I'm a median, well, I'm a median, well, I'm a median, I'm a median. You don't need to be mean to catch this chase. It's right there in the middle of the whole dang place, like a spinal cord between two healthy collarbones. Pull up a chair, lean back till it creaks, little bitty chit-chat till you sneak. Honestly, honey, I'm an average man of little fiscal worth. Well, I'm a median. Well, I'm a median. Well, I'm a median. I'm a median. Well, I'm a median. Well, I'm a median. Well, I'm a median. I'm a median. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. Let the range and the mode, the stats do the talk. Keep yourself halfway. Let the numbers do the walking. Feel it groove in the center of a crowded room. Find 1, 2, or 3 that'll love you 4. Let the odds boogie down all across the floor. Say, seriously, baby, I got a rented place, a student loan, a normal face. But if you're down for a boring night in with nothing particular happening, just me and my pretty much empty brain, then I'll say it again. I'm a median. Well, I'm a median. Well, I'm a median. I'm a median. Well, I'm a median. Well, I'm a median. Well, I'm a median, median. Well, I'm a median. Yodelay, 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 yo. Well, I'm a median. Well, thank you very much. And I almost forgot. Oh, holy smokes. Looking at Ron made me think of my lovely Auntie Judy, and it's her birthday today. Oh, yeah. No, I don't know what just happened. You walked by, and I was like, Auntie Judy. So, yeah. He gave me a hug earlier. That's why it's all gotten all mixed up. I know. Well, do you want to come sing Happy Birthday with me, Ron? Oh, here he comes. I'll tell you what. You know your C, F, and G on the ukulele. Sure. Here we go. Oh, getting the full meal deal. I haven't sang Happy Birthday in a long time, but okay, here we go. If you If you want to sing along, that'd be great. No harmonizing at the end. It's about Auntie Judy. It's not about you. So no harmonizing. I'm looking right here at the end. Just sing the melody. Oh, there's 3 things that drive me crazy. Harmonizing at the end of Happy Birthday is one of them. So over here, yeah, I'm looking at you, Ron. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Auntie Judy. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, Ron. Well, that was great. Thank you. And happy birthday. You're very welcome. So, speaking of singing, if you want to sing along, the words to this song are really, really easy. There's hep, as in hepatitis, and yeah, as in, yeah, I got hepatitis, which I hope you don't have. Yeah, hep, not hep cats, hepatitis. No, but if you want, yeah. So anyways, it's really easy. Hep, yeah, are the words. The sounds more so than words, but. And And this sounds like a depressed song. It's not. I'm a happy guy. It is kind of a happy song, but most of it was this time of year. I don't know if everybody went to university or college. Around the beginning of May, you see these people who've been in university just walking around like zombies. They're just like, oh, I can't, because their brains have just been like, and getting through these final exams, trying their hard to remember everything, and the minute you're done your test, you're just like, boom, it's all gone, it's all gone. And my problem is that the minute I learn something new, it usually pushes something else out. So I'm like, okay, I'll remember something, and then I'll get in my car, and I'm like, how does the seatbelt work? Like, what's going on here? And I got to think about that for a minute, which pushes something else out. So, yeah. So anyways, yeah. So it's not a sad song so much as a brain-fried zombie kind of song. When I'm fishing on a river of tears, it's been bugging me for a couple of years. Well, I found myself a memory. Well, the one from the years once good to me. Well, I was very young when I went out on my own, when I was not yet ready for the great unknown. With a foolish heart, I lost control. Well, and to fate's cruel fingers I did unfold. Well, my foolish heart brought company. Well, the very kind that was good to me. With the villain's eyes I could clearly see there was no more good inside of me. We don't need no existentialism point of view coming through, hostile to the truth. But I tried so hard with those days behind me. They've packed up their bags and they can't find me. What do? The villain's you. You watch your morals disappear, watch your knees buckle with fear. Temptation is la 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 la. Hep-ya! La 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 la. Yeah, yeah, hep-ya! La 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 la. Hep-ya! La 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 la. Yeah, yeah, hep-ya! Try too hard to raise some hell. What I was so drop dead, broke my soul to sell. And now I'm often told I'm too hard on myself. But there's one crooked grin on my heart's top shell. When I'm swimming on a river of tears, it's been bugging me for a couple of years. Well, I've got too much locked up inside, and I do hope this river will take my life. We don't need no existentialism point of view coming through, hostile to the truth. But I tried so hard, but those days behind me, and they packed up their bags and they can't find me. And what do? The villain's you. You watch your morals disappear, watch your knees buckle up with fear. Temptation is la 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 la. Hep-ya! La 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 la. Yeah, yeah, hep-ya! La 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 la. Hep-ya! La 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 la. Yeah, yeah, hep-ya! La 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 la. Hep-ya! La 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 la. Yeah, yeah, hep-ya! La 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 la. Hep-ya! La 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 la. Yeah, yeah, hep-ya! And I hope this river will take my life. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Write a wish and light it on fire and watch it fly. Watch my wish fly into the night. Watch my wish fly into the night. Let it come true. for me and for you, a peace of mind, and I hope to find as my wish flies into the night, as my wish flies into the night. Hanging on to goodbye from someone, waiting for Messiah to come. You get in a grip on things that will slip through. It can be hard to watch it unfold, seeing your burdens loved ones hold, constellations so near without any fear of this. I watched my wish fly into the night. I watched my wish fly into the night. Let it come true for me and for you, a peace of mind, and I hope to find as my wish flies into the night, as my wish flies into the night. We've got a friends and a family for a while. Let your eyes cry, let your mouth smile. How lucky we are, dreaming in stars right here. In the end, we're like waves on a shore, just a mark, not there anymore. And that's hard, 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 hard to know. As my wish flies into the night, as my wish flies into the night, let it come true for me and for you, a peace of mind I hope to find as my wish flies into the night, as my wish flies into the night, as my wish flies into the night, as my wish flies into the night. Thank you so much.